What up, my beautiful tubers? Thank you so much for clicking on today's episode. And today we have all 17 support weapons, starting off from the order of unlock.
There's some good stuff and some bad stuff here. All right, here we go.
Gun, the MG43 machine gun. In my opinion, the time to kill takes way too long with this weapon.
Don't think about what you want to do to it. Sometimes just let it go. Oh, God, dude. Oh, no.
It's good definitely for crowd control and from very light to medium armored enemies, but anything after that you will definitely struggle, especially coming across chargers and the different variants. The behemoth especially takes the longest time to kill when you're shooting it from the front, so do shoot at it from behind if you have to do it. When it comes to the impalers, you want to wait for them to stick their impalers into the ground before you start shooting at them to hit their weakest spot, or of course shoot them from behind. Same thing goes with the toxic ones. The best thing to do is just shoot them from behind. The bullets do hit them when you're hitting from the side. For the most part, they do ricochet, unfortunately, when you will use this gun. And it doesn't get any better with the Stuart.
It's really just okay. Keeping it real. So check it out, dog. Check this out.
Next is going to be the anti-material rifle. I thought this one was going to be a little bit more of a meta after the update, but turns out it takes a long time to kill. About a good 3 magazines, so about 14 to 15 shots will put your target down. With the chargers, especially the behemoths, the most armor, it takes a long time to kill, especially from the front. The bullets do penetrate, but it doesn't penetrate enough in my opinion, and once they get full stride and you have to reload, it's definitely a challenge, and most of these guns do take a few attempts to get the mechanics down for sure. But once you do get it down, it is doable.
You started getting your slaying on.
As you can see, the Impaler, and it's hard to get these one-on-ones first of all, because you get swarmed very easily, and it could be a pain in the ass. So keep that in mind, just like how I'm doing here. Going into the Stuart, like I said earlier, from using the MG40 machine gun, the bullets bounce right off. Okay, so just shoot from behind, and you'll do the best. But for the most part, don't use a Stuart against the Chargers. You're not gonna have a good time. Next is the anti-tank. Expendable anti-tank. This for sure does absolute God's work when you're doing hell dives.
Started a little rough for me. But tell you what, man, I love you. The day that I saw you.
By far, I think one of the best ones to use. We're going to be doing a top 10, top worst after this video, and just to give you my opinion on what is the top 10 to use and what is the top 10 not to use. But anti-tank goes hard. What also goes hard is the bloody recoilless rifle, mate. This fucking thing right here puts in straight up work, and you will look like one of the best hell divers if your bullets register. Right there, they didn't fucking register, but still, this thing fries. Once you get rid of the mobs, once you do a little bit of crowd control, you could focus your recoilless rifle on the motherfucking charges and take them out. Any type of variant, it is easy peasy lemon squeezy and quite fun. Definitely a run and gun type of thing. The only downside is the reload time and the cooldown time. So it does take some time to get used to, just like every support weapon. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it and find the pros and cons, but nonetheless, mate, let's carry on to the flamethrower. We are back with our fire damage. If fucking hell, mate, it's all there. It's hitting hard.
That was cool, man. It was kind of hot.
And yeah, especially when you have two people running flamethrowers. If you unlocked the war bond with the flame retardant suits, I forgot what it's called, the one that everyone hated, it will help resist a little bit of fire damage, but if not, just keep extra stems on because you will need them if you get too close to this fire. This blast damage is crazy, but still, the damage it puts out is even crazier because you are fucking, Taking names. Taking bloody names, mate. Ooh, we getting all crispy, mate. Pull out the marshmallows. Next to the autocannon. Autocannon is a little mid. Below mid, if I'm being quite honest. The fact that I have to run through the whole magazine and still it's not putting these motherfuckers down is very annoying, and the fact that you have to get on one knee to reload is even more annoying. But if you have distance, like how I have here, it's not bad. Okay, um, it's not great, but it's not bad. All right, so right there we put a whole magazine. That's two of those fucking cartridges in there, reloading. All right, and then we have to put one, two more. That's like 14 shots on this thing with the fucking autocannon. That's from the head. If of course if you take it from the side, it's a little less, but still just not viable when it comes your hell dives and when you're in the thick of it, and you're the last one alive, and your teammates need you to carry on the mission to get those samples out, baby. I'm bringing samples back. Okay, so with the biggest machine gun we have, it still has a long time to kill. It feels almost as long as the other machine guns for some odd reason, and the bullets are even bigger. I don't know what's going on. I thought this thing was gonna shred through these chargers, but it's actually quite the opposite. And the fact that you have to get down on one knee to reload, you will run into a problem like how I'm having here by getting overrun, and just if you don't stay calm, then you will fucking fuck up, and yeah, you'll have to have your teammates call you in because it's very difficult to learn the mechanics of this thing and be very effective on the battlefield. And just look at this thing; it just eats bullets. I'm shooting it right in the face, a whole clip, and still nothing.
This wasn't really. It's just kind of boring.
But what actually is viable is the airburst rocket launcher. All right, I was surprised about this thing because it actually does some serious damage. Um, the TTK is a little bit long, the time to kill is a little bit long, but still, once you get used to it, it is actually a phenomenal weapon, a phenomenal support weapon. The only thing is it's still a little buggy though, because even though when you have a clear line of sight, this could happen. It could still detonate. Detonate. I think when there's a helldiver around or something, it'll detonate. But when there's no one around, it works perfectly. As you can see here, it works perfectly for crowd control, and it works perfectly against charges. All types of charges there, mate. Don't matter what kind of fucking charge you get. This thing absolutely does work here, mate. It's really good. I like it a lot. Sorry, I was trying to get one of them those Boston accent. Boston lager. Alright, I'm not going to stop that. Jesus. But my shit glitched. Nonetheless, not too bad. The Commando. I actually had fun with the Commando. A lot of these support weapons I did not have fun with. The Commando I had really fun with. It has a very fast cooldown time. Rockets hit very hard. Even though you only have four of them, it does really just take one to take down most chargers. Unless you're rocking against the Behemoths, it's going to need two, of course. But for the most part, the Commando was actually pretty good, pretty viable. I very tactical, and the rockets hit. Moving on to the railgun. Speaking of something that does not hit, is the railgun. All right, I was actually getting very frustrated using the railgun, just because I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think the charge mixed with the damage output just wasn't working for me. You do need to be a little bit accurate. I like to snipe a lot in Call of Duty, and still, you gotta focus on your target and focus on the charge too. If you have it on unsafe mode, so you gotta keep that in mind when you use this bad boy, because it takes a lot of shots to put these things down, and it's just not enough damage like I thought it would. This is a fucking rail gun. It's supposed to blow right through his face and out his asshole, in my opinion, if you get a headshot. and it doesn't do it. It doesn't even go through like his body on the other side. Like if it was a taco, it doesn't shoot through. I don't even know if it'll shoot through a taco. Shit, it probably will, but still. Didn't like it. Me no likey. Took way too long to take down these chargers, and when you get overrun and you have another behemoth coming at you, if you don't know how to finesse and move, and if you don't have enough stems, you're gonna have a bad time. Trust me, it's going to be very fucking shitty. And yeah, so that's moving on to the spear. Talk about something that you will have a good time with, despite only having four shots. You know, because you have one in the chamber and then two reloads. This thing actually does really badass. The lock-on time's perfect. You do need to keep your distance though. Keep that in mind. But other than that, the lock-on time feels good. The damage output feels great. Having four rockets is the downfall, and the reload time is the downfall. And you got to make sure you're farther enough away. So three downfalls, not good, but it's still great. The worst one by far is the arc thrower. Holy moly, holy Toledo, tomato. This thing was garbage, dude. Talk about just this is like, okay, so this shot right here was the only shot I can get where it was just like a one-on-one. I think the whole time I was just getting overrun and overrun trying to use this damn thing, taking out these damn chargers, dude. Not only that, my teammates would come in right behind me and just take him out with one shot with better support weapon. So, uh, it's just not for me, dog. It's just not for me, dog. Maybe it's just not buffed enough yet, or maybe I don't have all the right stratagems unlocked. I don't know, but yeah, just not for me. Uh, the charge time takes forever, despite having unlimited ammo is okay, but the charge time just takes forever. The damage output's no good. Um, Everything is just no good. So that's what you're gonna get. Moving on to the Quasar Cannon. The Quasar Cannon's good. It's like mid. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it because I was in love with this weapon when it first came out, but it doesn't feel like it does when it first came out. Something's wrong with it for some odd reason. It still can hit your chargers, your behemoths. If you hit them in the right spot, it'll down them in one shot. But there's just something about it. I don't know. I can't put my fingers on it. Why it feels different, but it does. It took two shots to take that motherfucker out. By the way, with the Quasar Cannon. Speaking of something that I really dislike, is this the laser cannon. Do not like it. Okay. The fact that it only comes with two magazines. The when it overheats way too much to take out a behemoth. So by the time you put it's by the time it overheats, your behemoth's already coming at you. It's not enough damage to put on the behemoth. You're getting overrun, and it's just fucking. Oh man, it's a pain in the ass. I didn't like it. I didn't want to use it. I used it. I did it for one match, and I had enough. And I was like, all right, fuck it. That's all I need to do with this damn thing. But what I truly had fun with was the Patro exit suit. It feels good. Not gonna lie, feels really good. The ammo's a little lackluster. Remember, 14 rockets and 1,000 rounds feels a little low. I wish we could reload that thing. But the aiming feels really good, and the looks like they reworked out some of the bugs when using the rocket launcher when turning left or right. So give it a shot, give it a gander. You might like it, you might not like it. I know 14 rockets isn't a lot. 1,000 rounds kind of goes really quickly as well, especially if you're done with the rockets and you can't do enough damage with the bigger targets, the bigger chargers and Bile Titans and stuff like that. So it's really up to you. Give it a shot. You might like it, you might not. That's right, baby. The Emancipator exosuit. I've actually, now that they gave this thing 100 rounds in each gun, left and right, it's phenomenal, dude. The cooldown time's a little crazy. 10 minutes is crazy, but it actually lasts 10 minutes. If you know how to use this thing, the fucking suit can last 10 minutes long, and long enough for you to use it during the entire time for the cooldown time, and then for enough for you to call it in. The damage output on the Behemoths is a little meh, but still it's very viable, and you still have enough rockets to carry on the mission. And for sure, I like this one a lot. I had fun with these ones, and I'm definitely going to be using it a lot in my loadouts for sure. That's for damn sure. But there's a few things we didn't go over. And that is going to be the sterilizer and the grenade launcher. I just think the grenade launcher is for crowd control, not really for chargers. And the same thing with the sterilizer, just super whack. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. My name's Sincere. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.